Thank you for coming to Compass Starlight. This is going to be a weekly reading. Let's see what kind of energies we get for the week. This is the Mantegna Tarot. This is a deck of archetype cards. So let's see what kind of things we can focus on. Where can we aim to emulate our attention? What kind of characteristics can we strive to emulate? So if we get one more, where can we focus? We have Calliope, card number 11. Philosophy, card number 28. And Rhetoric, card number 23. And then this deck here is the Divine Feather Messenger. This is a deck of oracle cards. Let's see what kind of messages the oracle has for us for the week ahead. Finch and owl. Nice. Finch says new opportunities and choices are opening to you now. Claim them. And Owl says your intuition is correct. Follow your inner wisdom without fail. And then we have the Rain Shadow Tarot. The Rain Shadow Tarot, which I thought would be appropriate because it's been raining. It's been pouring. We have the Four of Pentacles with the Moon. Let's do one more ruffle. Ruffle. Shuffle. Actually, hang on a second. I feel like something flipped in here. Before that. It's a lot. Let me see here. 6. Yeah. So these came through. Oh, that's funny. They said none of them. Try again. Okay, we'll just do this. Yes. There we go. Judgment, Two of Wands. Still a lot. Do you want me to take all of these? Yep. Okay. Two of Wands, the Sun, the Tower, Ace of Wands, 10 of Cups, 6 of Pentacles. So be it. With the Fool on the bottom of the deck. Okay. So I've read the Finch and the Owl on their face card verbiage here. We have from the Mantegna Tarot, Calliope, card number 11. Calliope is the archetype for psychology. Understand the origin of your sadness. Understand the origin of your sadness. Philosophy. card number 28. Card number 28 is the archetype for investigation. Observe the situation from many points of view. And then we have rhetoric, card number 23. That is the archetype for discussion. Sincere dialogue leads to a shared truth. Here we have two figures with trumpets, and Calliope also has this musical instrument, a symbol of transmutation, transmuting energy, air into sound, harmonizing. Where there may be conflict, discussion and investigation can help remedy some of that conflict. It may require looking deep within, where there may be conflict within as well, that sadness. With the cards here from the Rain Shadow Tarot, the Four of Pentacles, the Moon, Judgment, Two of Wands, the Sun, the Tower, the Ace of Wands, Ten of Cups, and Six of Pentacles. That card, Four of Pentacles, really generally is about holding on too tightly to something that we should release, and sometimes it's our own perceptions, our own feelings. It doesn't have anything to do with anyone else. Although other times it can be a community of people. It could be a situation like or environment, like your employment. It can be a way of living. It can be patterns that we're used to. But this is kind of dark around the head space. These are overbearing thoughts, darkness, sadness, something that feels oppressive. In the hand of the protagonist appears to be a flower. They are discs, they are pentacles, but they do appear much like sunflowers, which follow the sun. So this suggests someone wanting to break out from the shadows into the sunshine, follow the pursuit of that high vibration, someone struggling to break through that veil. And the moon here reiterates that sense of darkness, that sense of not having all the answers, being in the shadows, things not being fully illuminated. And yet we do have the sun further on down. So perhaps things will become illuminated. The moon here with a star. We are being asked to be led by our intuition. May that star be our lantern. That is the illumination that we can follow in the darkness, the intuition. There is a pursuit of a dream. That is the only way we can maintain ourselves on the path in that darkness, is to hold fast to that dream and to your intuition. In the card Judgment here, we have the light and the dark, a meeting of minds. This is embracing duality. Embracing perhaps the fact that we don't have all the answers, that some things remain hidden, and yet we have a light as well to lead us. That intuition, there's enough illumination, enough information to be able to continue forward. Judgment weighs both sides. Here there's a balance. There is peace upon reaching that balance. In this particular card here, we have in this picture as well a rainbow and the dove, hearkening to the story of Noah's Ark and the floods, being encumbered, being overwhelmed for a long period of time, and trusting that there is an end, albeit not yet in sight. When the rainbow appears, we have the reminder of the promise. And the dove here that is sent off to find land and returns with the olive branch, as the story goes. There's peace and resolution with this card. Next we have the Two of Wands, a choice, contemplation. Again, the protagonist or the face in this card does appear to be in contemplation. And above it, a brightness, suggesting the illumination of the sun, and yet clouded by something else, perhaps the moon. This is making the best of your judgment based on the information at hand, knowing that you may not have all the facts, knowing that you may not be able to see down the road. Eventually, these two masses will separate. But in the meantime, you have to make a choice to move in a direction so that your perspective of this changes. Traditionally, the Two of Wands is about looking out upon the horizon, considering your dreams, and making a choice to embark, take a leap of faith as the Fool would, out onto a new journey to bring you out on that horizon toward your dreams. It is a card of the fire, a suit of the fire signs, the wands, fire, enthusiasm, eager energy. This seems slow, but there is a fire in the Two of Wands. A fire to go and grab it, go for it. Make a choice and go after it. In doing so, we find the exaltation of the sun, that bright ball of fire, the full illumination with the eye here shows us that making a choice, we see things more clearly. Perhaps we even see the path forward more clearly. There is a tower here, which generally speaks of things crumbling down, poor foundations crumbling, an opportunity to reevaluate and establish something stronger, a stronger structure, a stronger foundation on which to build something new. And as well, these two cards mimic one another, that shape at the bottom in the foreground, right? So the Tower tends to crumble as a surprise, or sometimes it's something we are aware of, but we neglect, something from which we hide ourselves away, or we bury an idea, a notion, information, because we don't want to face it. And when the Tower comes crashing down, we are forced to face it. Just as anyone living by these volcanoes knows that they live by volcanoes and they could erupt. And yet when they do, it's always a surprise. How well prepared are you for that eruption? How well prepared are you for the devastation that it could bring? Or the new life that that devastation could force to emerge at a later point in time? This is a big change, a sudden change. You may have an inkling as to something that needs to change, but when you make this choice here and become enlightened with new information, this change will come in very quickly. The Tower is not necessarily a bad card. It is not necessarily an abrupt negative change. This can be something quite fortuitous that forces you to reevaluate your path, sometimes change direction, and that new direction could serve you better. Follow your inner wisdom when it comes to whatever change you confront this week. Choices are opening up to you now. Claim them. New opportunities. And we have the Ace of Wands. This is that new opportunity. It's a new offer, a new venture, something we should enthusiastically stand behind, something that we should be eager to pursue, something that could prove to be very auspicious for us. And next to it here we have the Ten of Cups. That is emotional fulfillment, emotional satisfaction. This is the joys of life. So by making peace with yourself, handling your own sadness and working through it, digging deep within into the darkest parts of ourselves and our relationships, investigating that which isn't working, and making an attempt to repair and harmonize whatever energy that is, and then having a sincere dialogue about it. All of that brings us to judgment, peace, and a point as well from which we can make our decisions, where we can make that choice to jump off into something new, a new endeavor, something unknown, something that pushes us a little bit outside of our comfort zone. There's an evolution here. Bright new ideas, enthusiastic energy, high frequency, high vibing, big changes, and new endeavors that are exciting, that will bring us emotional fulfillment. And finally, we have this Six of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles card. This is a card of balance, a card of reciprocity, a card of karma, getting back on, getting a return on your investment, for example. This is having a good balance in give and take is what I'm trying to say. And that's very healthy. If we're talking about a relationship here, that's a very healthy looking outcome. If we're talking about some kind of business exchange, some kind of investment we have made with our time or with our money, what are we getting back? We're getting something back. It would seem to be an offer in equal measure to what we have invested, which is generally, what we hope when we make our investments, that the investment of our time will yield to us what have we here? I believe this is the King of Cups. Yes. The King of Cups. We have the Knight of Wands. The Six of Coins again. Very nice. And the High Priestess. So this High Priestess is reiterating the need to go deep and exercise your mind, your will, push yourself into healing whatever in your life may need it, and trusting your intuition on how to do that, trusting your intuition on how to move forward with balance into these endeavors and dreams that bring you emotional satisfaction. This High Priestess also is in alignment here with this Finch card and the Owl. Well, probably more so the Owl. Your intuition is correct. Follow your inner wisdom without fail. The High Priestess, yes. So that's neat. We have that, the Six of Coins and the Six of Coins, that balance, that reciprocity. The Knight of Wands, that is a very fast moving knight, bringing a new message, bringing a new offer. Perhaps it is this Ace of Wands he has in his hand, a message of something on which we can seize the opportunity, an opportunity we can go after. Now the King here. The King is a very balanced king, balanced in his emotions. He's not moody. He is very stable. He is sitting on a throne, on a platform that is floating on the sea. And regardless of the stormy waters, he is still able to keep his balance. He is able to balance the contents of the vessel. This is someone you can trust. This is someone in whom you can confide. Perhaps this is someone with whom we can speak and conversate to help us move through this darkness and into the light, into the sun here. Someone who can help us calm the mind, do some inner healing. Or maybe this is a representation of how we will be emulating this King of Cups, engaging in the energy of the King of Cups. It looks very good. Let's take a look and read these Divine Feather Messenger cards. The first one is the Finch. The Finch here says, Finch is a feather messenger who heralds the abundance of joyful opportunities. Native Americans referred to the finch as the bird of happiness. They believed the bright yellow color of this bird was a gift from the gods that would bring bright joy, abundance, and freedom into their lives. They also thought the song of the finch was the pure sound that announced the arrival of spring, which meant new opportunities and increased activity. Finch's many varied species remind us of the endless array of choices that life provides. We do have to make a choice. The message of this card, the finch, says this feather messenger has brought you the gift of abundance in the form of opportunity. Finch lands lightly as it is filled with the high vibration of new activity. Are you going too fast to see it? Are you managing your energy so that you will be ready when opportunity strikes? Balancing activity with rest can set the perfect stage for new openings to emerge. Remember that finch also reminds us, through its lightness and connection to air, to watch our mental activity in this way as well. That is a reiteration of the message here, not to dwell in the darkness and focus on the minutia, but to heal through it and reach for that bright, high vibration. The finch feather in this card are associated with vitality, energy, and abundance. It's associated with the season of summer, the element of air, the colors white, brown, red, gray, and yellow, and the affirmation says, I am ready to embrace and welcome new abundance and light. And with the card, the owl, this one says, a bird of the night. The owl has incredible vision and hearing. Owls hunt by using their listening skills, inviting us to tap into a greater sense of inner listening and awareness. The ancient goddess Athena carries an owl on her shoulder as a knowing companion who represents the wise counsel of nature. It was believed in ancient Rome that the owl feather placed on a sleeping person would reveal their deepest secrets. The owl is also a powerful symbol of the feminine, and the moon is often tied to prophecy and darkness. As a nocturnal bird, their appearance at dawn or dusk can be associated with the in-between times when the veil between the realms is thinnest. In all these ways, owl is a powerful symbol of our own intuitive senses and abilities. The message with this card and feather is now is the time to start seeing things using the higher senses. Owl Messenger is here to assure you that your intuition is correct. The darkness or murkiness that surrounds a certain situation is merely a perception. Begin to access your intuitive skills to see the answers clearly. It may be an inner sense of knowing, viewing, listening, or feeling that needs to be used separately or together. Have you been resisting listening to your inner wisdom? Owl Messenger urges you to do so now. Allow there to be light within the darkness and find the answers you seek. Embrace this part of yourself as you do. The owl and the owl feather are associated with intuition, listening, awareness, the season of fall, the element of air, the colors black, white, gray, and brown. And the affirmation is, my intuition is powerful and vibrant. I honor this wisdom. That is the message for the week ahead. I hope it resonates with you. Thank you for coming to Compass Starlight.